All right. Hello and welcome. Come on in. I have tried this video 3 times. I've been interrupted, had technical difficulties, but I'm back. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Tina, and I am an old school biker. You can kind of see spark plugs off of my bike, a chain off of an old dirt bike that I had. That's the butterfly, actually. So you can expect the vocabulary to get a little salty. I even drove truck for a while. I mean, there's not much I haven't done. We are going to do all 12 signs. And then we have, and there is the paranormal flashlight. Evidently, they want to enter into the conversation with me and let you guys know that they're here. That is just a 6-inch mag light. And it is the type that we use for paranormal investigations. I have it set up in just such a way that spirit bridges the gap between the bulb and the battery. They don't turn it, and that's how you turn the light off and on, is to turn the lens, and spirit doesn't need to do that. They get right in and energetically bridge that gap. So we are starting with Aries, and we are going to be rolling clear around to Pisces. This week we are in the last week of the month. Thank you, Spirit. February the 24th through the, I believe we only go to the 28th, 29th of this year. Ooh, I didn't look at the calendar. However, we are currently finishing up with a Mars retrograde. Mars retrograde is kind of that, what made things really feel stagnant. Like we couldn't get anything accomplished. One step forward, one step back, kind of just maintaining the status quo. As we are working our way out of that, and it will go direct. Mars will go direct next week. And as we get Mars to finally go direct and kind of get off our back a little bit, we have Mercury getting ready to go direct, or getting ready to go retrograde. So, all of you, thank you, Spirit, all of you that have Mercury as your ruling planet, Virgos, Geminis, I'm trying to think who else has Mercury as your ruling planet, you guys are going to be most impacted by it. I am a Virgo. Mercury is my ruling planet. It actually has a lot to do with electronics, communications. Nowadays, that is your car, because we have so much communications that go on in our cars. The electrical components all communicate with each other. So you could be experiencing a little delay in travel due to technical difficulties with the car. If you are doing public speaking and Mercury is your ruling planet, you will stammer and stutter, and the words just don't come out absolutely correct. All right, I am getting ready to read for Aries. Let's see what is going on for Aries. If you're new to the channel, please drop down and hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what topics you guys like to hear. I often do little side videos that are not strictly tarot, because I got to tell you, I don't really care for tarot. I bet you didn't know that. It is just a vehicle I use to get myself out there so that I can get some of the other more pertinent things to you. So many people follow tarot, and I really don't know why. All right, you guys. Aries, starting at 4. All right, I already pulled the cards for Aries, and I take only the jumpers. I allow Spirit to come in and control the situation so much, since I work with the light and only have the light. Thank you, light. I allow them to kick the cards out in one way, shape, or form. All right, Aries. I don't think you're going to let much bother you this week. You're just going to put your head down and go for it, minding your own business and earning your keep. That is important to Aries. Financial stability is really something you guys take serious, knowing your bills are going to be paid, knowing that There we go. Let's wait a little bit. Just knowing that you're going to have the comforts that money allows, keeping the lights on, keeping the heat going, that kind of thing. We have the Three of Swords here. You may have experienced a big disappointment, almost a heartbreak. Somebody near and dear to you may have kind of left you holding the bag financially, and that's why you had to feel like you have to knuckle down at this time. It's okay, because that keeping your head down is a good thing when the energies are changing. Just kind of stay on your own path, stay in your own lane. Don't rattle anybody's cage. But this disappointment was from another person, maybe a job-related issue. It's kind of what I'm picking up. You may have found that the work environment wasn't what they said it would be. You may have been a new hire, and you were promised all these things. And yes, we get a break every so often. And guess what? Things got busy, and you didn't get your breaks. Nobody relieved you. It's just some disappointment related around work. Off of that Three of Swords, we have the Four of Swords. You literally are still kind of healing and adjusting from that. You thought you found a spot where you could retire from. Kind of looking forward to that. And it may not happen. You have been a little bit up in your head with this Four of Swords, overthinking it, worrying way too much. But you're going to bounce back out of this, Aries. Yeah, don't let it get you. Don't let it get you down. Because we have the Ace of Pentacles. Now, going into March, many of you, all signs, are going to find some financial abundance. Thank you, Spirit, on a light. Things are going to turn around a little bit. We had been going through such a time of chaos and confusion. The new administration coming in, kind of stirring things up. And all new administrations do that. I'm not saying anything about red or blue. I don't care about either side. Neither one of the men that were in that election know your name, nor will they come push you out of a snowdrift. It's not about politics. If I mention somebody, it's something I pick up psychically, and I'm not choosing sides, okay? So, that was for Aries. Moving on to, who's next? Taurus. I had to look and see after all these years. All right, Taurus. All right, Taurus. You guys are earth signs, but I bet you knew that, right? Let's see what's in the cards. The paranormal light is absolutely very active today. The energy here is kind of upbeat. So that is a mix for a good environment for Spirit to come in. All right. Taurus, let's see what's happening for you guys. All right, we have the Eight of Cups. You're walking away from something. You finally decided to pull the plug on a situation. It may have been friends, acquaintances. May have been an ex-lover. You just decided that, hey, it's not worth it. I'm walking away from it all, leaving that history behind and starting a new chapter. Anytime you see a card that usually is dark and gloomy, it is because it needs to be in order to bring something new and refreshing in. We have the Seven of Swords. Yes, this very likely could have been a connection with a lover, a spouse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. And there was some betrayal that took place. Somebody may have been taking advantage of you for financially a little bit too, not wanting to pay back maybe what they borrowed, what their shares of the expenses. Something did not add up completely. And you have decided to go ahead and leave it behind and continue to walk away towards something better. Thank you, Spirit. We have, now, if that was a love connection, you're going to be fine. We have the Queen of Wands. She is a new inspiration. That's what's coming. You have a new inspiration coming. It could be in work. It could be in that love connection. It could be in a lot of different avenues, maybe a new hobby inspiration. There we go, Mercury already taking control here. It could be just a hobby, a pastime. It could be a sport, but you're going to find something new that you're going to put your focus on. And we have the Knight of the Knight of Sex here. Okay, Knight of Wands. The wands often can be referred to as a phallic symbol, and it can mean a love connection. However, this guy's coming in fast and showy. Look at him. Red hair on a flaming maned horse coming in. He is going to be all talk and no action. So Taurus, you do not have to jump, and it's either male or female. You do not have to jump on this bandwagon. You have time. Wait, something better is coming your direction. All right, moving on to Gemini. All right, Gemini. Let's see what is in the cards for you guys. Gemini, you guys, Mercury is your ruling planet. So with Mercury retrograde getting ready to happen, it is still in the pre-shadow phase. If Mercury is your ruling planet, you will find that the atmosphere kind of gets a little tense and a little sticky. You may not speak clearly and correctly when you want to. Thank you, Spirit, on the light. All right. Gemini, you are moving forward. You're moving in the right direction. You have decided, you've made those decisions to move forward with your life in a productive way. There what may have been a past situation that held you back and you couldn't advance, just couldn't seem to find the right path to get on. You are going to be moving forward now. For some of you, in the month of March, you may actually be moving. You may be remodeling. You may be refurnishing. Your home is going to change a little bit for you. We have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands, whoops, hang on. All right, we have that Ten of Wands. I have an ear that keeps popping, so I had to stop and try to pop my ear. Yeah, you're at the end of a cycle. You're wrapping up that stagnant feeling of being stuck in one spot, not making any headway. You are getting ready to move forward, and that's what tens are all about. The one in the 10 talks about a brand new beginning, and that's where you're headed. Look, he's carting those off, getting them out of the way. And if you look really close back there, that is a little village in those woods. That's that new home environment you guys are trying to build. We have the Hierophant. That Hierophant is all about structure within that new environment. You might be bringing more religion or spirituality into your life. You may be looking at somebody for counseling and for guidance. Never be afraid to do that. Never be afraid. Thank you, Spirit. Never be afraid to ask for help. Clergy are always there for that. That Hierophant also it's a 5, and it talks about, 5s always talk about that change that needs to happen. And we have the Star. That Star is about the healing that you are doing. You've been working on it. You have been working on trying to equal things out. If you take a look at her, she's pouring some water out behind her, and she's pouring some out in front of her. Pouring that water out behind her she's saying that I can let some of that abundance go because it will come back to me. Some of the energy that you guys have put out, the good stuff, will come back to you. Also, it means some of the shitty stuff you do to people will come back to me. Okay? Keep that in mind. It is about, however, the abundance that's coming. Just remember that you create your own karma. All right, there you have it, Gemini. Moving on to Cancer. Cancer, you're next. Those of you that follow me know that flashlight was not working for a couple of weeks. It just did not want to respond, and I might just have it in just the absolutely right spot. All right, let's see what's going on for you guys. Cancer, you guys are a water sign, and I'm sure you knew that, right? One more, please, Spirit. There we have it. All right, Cancer. You happen to be looking at something with a new perspective. A hangman. He's upside down. You may be looking at something that already happened. It already transpired. You may have already passed judgment on it. However, now that you're looking at it in a new light, and see the light around his head, you kind of feel, with a little bit of empathy, what the other person, the other parties were dealing with. We have the 5 of Swords. Now, there may have been a little bit of drama around the situation. A little bit of arguing, a little bit of confusion there. But you've gone through it so many times, you're actually tired of it. Yeah, you don't have to put up with drama. However, you may have been the one creating your own drama. We have the Queen of Swords. Now, she's usually just and correct because she swings the sword of justice. However, she can be sharp-tongued. So if you have been the one that has been sharp-tongued, please learn to kind of keep that under control. Nobody likes a Karen. Nobody remembers a lecture when they've been yelled at about it. Now, very rarely does this happen. That was the King of Swords. I'm sorry. Now we do have the Queen of Swords here. Vice versa. I just talked about her. Well, let's bring the King back up. Now the King is a little more calm. He can keep his calm. He can keep it under control. He does bite his tongue. However, he doesn't let the world know what's going on the inside. He's formulating his next move, next game plan. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do with my life? Am I going to focus on my career, or am I going to focus on the person that left me hanging? All right. There you have it. Cancer. Moving on to Leos. All right, welcome back, Leos. I've switched decks. Let's get a little fresh perspective here. A lot of times throughout the readings, you'll see some of the same cards come up for everybody. And that is basically what the energy for the collective is at that time. Leos. Leo the lion. Most Leos have absolutely great hair. Not all. And I happen to be a Leo in sidereal astrology, not Western tropical. And usually what I refer to you guys when I'm doing my readings, it's Western tropical. All right. Oh, wow. Leos, you guys are in a good spot here. First off, we have the 9 of Wands here. You have kind of dealt with this situation before. 9 is usually, I usually refer to it as wounded warrior energy. Like you fought enough battles that you know what's coming. You know how to duck, how to dodge. However, this time around, I don't feel like that's a wound at all. I do feel, let me take a look at the card here. You know, I brought up Leo, and that's exactly what it says. Have courage. Don't give up now. You are so close, Leo, that you can smell success in the air. We've got the 3 of Swords. Now, this is absolutely about a disappointment that you have dealt with, and it's in the past. Keep it there. Stop bringing it up. Stop remembering it. Stop reminding yourself of that. Well, I got wounded last time. Let it go. You will attract what you think about. If you continually think about the hurts, how it went, you will kind of recycle that situation. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, there was some grief that you dealt with, but that's healing. That is, it's in the past. Leave it in the past. We also have the 10 of Wands. You have been carrying a burden that wasn't yours to carry. There's some new responsibility going to be coming your way, though. You're stepping out and starting a new life, and things are headed your direction. The situation, Leo, that you're headed for, I feel like you've been wanting it and praying for it. May have something to do with family. We have the 10 of Pentacles. And 10 of Pentacles is often about family. It's about abundance. It's about wealth. Some kind of long-term success that you haven't had in a while. You may be stepping into some new type of work, taking on another role, or at least a new title. But Leos, 2 10s, you're on your way. Things are coming. All right, moving on to Virgo. All right, Virgos, welcome in. Oop, turning right over there, right out of the chute. Let's see what's happening for Virgos. You guys are Virgos are an earth sign. Earth signs usually reflected in pentacles. And it is the heaviest of the four categories. Four elements. I'm sorry. Couldn't think of what it was. Absolutely Mercury retrograde. Here we are. All right, Virgos, you have had a lot on your mind, and it looks like it could have been around finance. And everybody has been dealing with what's going to happen, what's going to come. We had that change in administrations. Everybody's wanting to know, is that change going to reflect for me? How is it going to reflect? Yeah, you may have been saving money. You may have been hiding it, but it has been on your mind quite a bit. We have the Knight of Wands coming in, riding in on a super fast charger. However, or did I say the Knight of Wands? I'm sorry, the Knight of Swords. He is swinging that sword, and swords are usually reflective of air. So I get the fact that you have made a decision to move forward with a new aspect in your life. Something, maybe a new direction that you haven't gone before. A little more ambition coming about. And with this change for going from Mars that has been retrograde and is now coming out of retrograde status and going direct, we are heading into Mercury. That change is kind of inspiring you. That's kind of the force that kind of gets you up off your ass and gets you moving a little bit. We have the Lover's card. That is all about this situation that you had been through. It was a very karmic learning connection, something that was meant to happen to you to kind of get you on your right path. A lot of you may be looking at spirituality too, and it is a time when more and more of you are going to be leaving, and I'm making this as a prediction, leaving traditional organized religion as we see the dark sides coming out in all of them. That will be exposed. You're moving into kind of more passion. You haven't had that flame of passion for a while. Partnerships. You could be teaming up with somebody that is going to kind of bring some of that inspiration around and that new energy. And we have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, you're gold. Virgo, you're gold. That ace is about a lot of compassion, a lot of abundance, a lot of new feelings. And that's when why it ties into the Lover's card. You've kind of put your own feelings on a back burner for a long time. Maybe not even looking out there to see, is there somebody else for me out there? You're just kind of going with the flow, the status quo. And there may also be a new baby coming. That cup is about abundance. And for a lot of you, you could be hearing of a baby in the family. Somebody might be pregnant that you didn't expect. All right, Virgo, moving on to Libra. Thank you, Light. All right, Libra. Let's see what's going on for you guys. Libra, you guys are an air sign. Jumped around, but I didn't come out. I did switch to another deck, kind of hoping that the energies refresh in between. And there we have it. You know what? I see nothing but improvements for everybody in what's happening. It is what's coming for the collective. Like I mentioned earlier, March and April, March especially, you will see things change financially. We have the Nine of Pentacles. That is about really achieving financial security. The Nine of Pentacles usually reflects somebody that can be an entrepreneur. They're able to take care of themselves financially. And you hear me say that all the time. It's also about being in a situation that you're able to share now. You've wanted to help people, maybe family. Could be a friend that's really down on their luck, something that they, no fault of their own, are stuck in a situation. But you're finally there. You're finally where you're able to share. Now, that's a really positive 9. And then we are going to jump to another 9. Not quite so positive. You can see it's a dark card. She's fretful. That 9 of Swords is about you being up in your head over this situation. Do I help? Don't I help? Did I help the wrong person? Thank you, Spirit. Maybe I should have helped the other person. I see some stress, some worry, some sleepless nights happening. And that 9 is saying that it's over. That stress, that fear that you had, it's in the past. In the past. We have the Page of Cups here. That page is about bringing in some new energy, letting you know that there's going to be a change coming. It's going to be about abundance that you didn't expect. You know, sometimes when we do have money to help others, for example, if you are donating to a good charity, that comes back. You know, what you give out, you get back tenfold. So don't hesitate. Don't be afraid to give. We will be going into the Easter season. I'm sure there's going to be donation cans all over, especially for the flood victims. The Appalachian flood victims. Don't be afraid to help out. That money is going to come back to you. Give it away tenfold. And here's the 10. Bingo. 10 of Cups. Yeah, you're going to feel better just by helping out. You're going to have, when you give it away, it comes back. You cannot achieve financial abundance without sharing it. Now, there are people that have done that. They've achieved financial abundance by being cold and calculated, but that's not who you are. You're moving forward. You're looking for your rainbow, and it's coming. All right. There we had it. That was Libra, and we're moving on to Scorpio. All right, Scorpios, welcome in. Let's see what's in the cards for you guys. You know you're a water sign, right? Oh, I only need one more card for Scorpios. Man, everybody wrapping up some ugly stuff, heading into new energy. That is so great for the collective, not just for Scorpios. All right, Scorpios, we have the 3 of Swords. There was a huge disappointment that you dealt with. Somebody did not tell you the truth about a situation, and you got your heart broke. There was a fib that was told, and it was carried on, and finally you decided to separate yourself away from it. Now, I get that it might possibly have been a 3-party situation, that somebody was in the background putting their 2 cents in about something that they didn't even know about. They didn't know the facts. They didn't have all the truth. We have the Hermit card. One of the things that kept you in that situation was the fact you didn't want to be alone. I see that a lot. People staying in a connection with somebody because they are afraid to be alone. You can't welcome anybody into your energy until you got your shit together, until you've healed, because you're going to attract somebody that has got broken energy also. Take the time while you're on your own. Educate yourself. Improve yourself. Thank you, Spirit. Alone isn't bad. I'm going to tell you. I set out a few years back, all doing a solo gig here in my life, just me and my pets, and it has been nothing but getting better and better and better. If you can't make it on your own, you're not going to make it with somebody. If you can't make it with somebody, you can make it on your own. We've got the Seven of Cups. Yeah, the whole situation looked chaotic to you, and you didn't want to step forward. You didn't want to move forward into a new beginning. There may have been some chaos and some drama going on. However, if you look at very wealthy people, they look at every problem like it's an opportunity. You take people that are not successful at anything in their life, and they take setbacks as a setback. They take a problem and keep it a problem. You have to change that mindset. I see opportunity, and that's what the Seven of Cups is about. Some of you may be moving forward on your spirituality also. And we have the dreaded Ten of Swords. Bam. Yeah, you may have felt a little betrayed on that three-way situation, somebody talking about situation behind your back, something. However, on this particular deck of cards, look what that 10 says. Everything is fine. You are wrapping up this cycle. Take a look at the modern day interpretation. She's on her phone looking at what is out there. She's looking for the future. Which way should I go? She's getting ready to lay out a game plan. Do you have a game plan laid out for your new life? Where do you want to live? What do you want to study? Don't be afraid to go back to school. That 10 is about a brand new beginning. All right. That was Scorpio, and we are going on to Sagittarius. Welcome back, Sagittarius. You guys know you're a fire sign, right? Oh, that's perfect. Perfect cup of tea today. I usually do coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon, and a night water. All right, let's see what's going on for Sagittarius. Whoops, too many. That was an entire chapter. A lot of activity today from the paranormal flashlight. It has new batteries in it, so it is just energized. All right, let's see what is going on for Sages. All right, we have the 10 of Swords again. Again, everything's going to be okay. You're dealing with some heartache. You're dealing with some setback. You've wanted to move forward with your life. You were ready to leave a whole chapter behind. And again, this card says everything is fine. You've got to end something in order to get something new in your life. We have the Moon card. Sag, you may have felt like you were bipolar, like you couldn't make a decision. You couldn't. 1 minute you're happy, 1 minute you're sad. You felt really out of sorts. Now this Moon card is, we're getting ready to come into a new moon. And it's saying that there's a new path coming. You're choosing a new path. The moon is, now the new moon is actually the dark of the moon. But that moon is going to really kind of enlighten you. Pick your spirits up. There is some change coming. You might be dealing with a Scorpio. that may be, thank you, Spirit, on the light. There may have been a Scorpio that was kind of behind the scenes causing a little bit of drama there. And we have the Judgment card. You might be giving something a second chance. You are kind of hard pressed to make a judgment. I get the feeling that somebody new is coming in, and this may have been the person that you had passed that judgment on. Maybe you didn't like them. You didn't have the whole story, though. You didn't have the whole truth on who this person was. I get the feeling that you're going to say, okay, I've got to give this another chance, and I'll welcome them into the circle. And we have the Two of Wands. You have been praying for this. You've been praying for this change. You've been working towards it, and that's what the Two is about. Reaching out and trying to just put those prayers out there. Again, she's looking on her phone. I love this deck. It's a little more modern. She's looking to see what's new, what's happening. That may be somebody just getting back into social media again. You may have dropped it off your, deleted it off your phone, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and you're kind of out there feeling around saying, you know what, I might just give this another try. I might just give it a second shot. All right, Sagittarius, we are moving on to Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. You guys know you are an earth sign, right? Let's see what the cards hold for you guys. I happen to be a Capricorn in my moon. You often hear me talk about your sun, your moon, or your rising sign. In order to find out what yours are, you need to just go to a free site, put in your date of birth, and you usually need to know your time, and you pull up a natal chart, and it tells you what those signs are. And we carry all of those characteristics with us, not just the main sun sign that you are born under, but all of them. We are a combination of all of that energy. All right, we have the Three of Cups going on here. It is time for you to celebrate. You haven't done that in a while, Capricorn. You haven't cut loose. You've held back. Kind of worried about everything. Will I have enough money to go to this dinner? Will I have enough money to go to a movie? Things are going to change financially for everybody. We are going to see improvements coming March, April, May, and into June for a lot of you, depending on where your chart's at. So Capricorn, it is a time to finally go, whew, I'm good. I'll be okay. I will be okay. We have the Eight of Swords. You had kept yourself in a self-imposed prison, closed off. You didn't want to see what was going on. Why do I want to look at the why do I want to look on Amazon when I don't have the money to look on Amazon? It's okay. Why do I want to look at somebody else's marriage when mine wasn't so good? It's okay. Look at those things. Shop. Take somebody else's marriage and analyze it a little bit and go, wow, you know what? They made it. How do I do that? To this day, I still look at other readers on YouTube, other psychics, other mediums, other clairvoyants, other mystics. I do look at those, trying to learn. So when you're looking at other people's stuff, you're not doing it to be critical. And that that can be kind of a critical card there. You're doing it, you're looking at it to analyze you, how to make you better. We have the Seven of Wands. You have practiced for this point in your life, most of your life. You have set up things to be the way they are, whether you know it or not. Now, it's still going to take a little bit of work to get things lined up, to activate all of the good things that they're going to be coming your direction. But you're going to be able to do it. Now, she's holding number 7 of those wands, and there are 6 of them down below. And the 6 of wands is absolutely moving forward, moving in a better direction. It can be about, that 7 can be about you spiritually becoming stronger, knowing what you want to follow now. You may have questioned it in the past. And we have the Knight of Swords. Here he comes in riding a fast horse, swinging that sword of truth. It can be the sword of war. In the past, that might be how you kind of came in, like a wrecking ball. And if you enter into a room, a situation, into a lifetime, like a wrecking ball, you're going to get destruction. If you enter in with truth and looking for truth and equality, that's what you'll find. That knight is about, he's saying that you're moving forward in a much better way than you had in the past. All right, Capricorn, moving on to Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, let's see what is going on for you guys. Even though your name sounds like it's water, aqua, Aquarius, as a matter of fact, the symbol is even water. They all of the signs have their own symbol, and you are an air sign. Just got to remember, one of the main components of water is air, H2O. That oxygen is there. All right, let's see what is going on for Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. That Knight of Swords came up again. Yeah, I think you're stepping into your truth. You're riding in on that fast horse going, look, I know my shit now. I got it together. I know what the truth is. I know what the truth I want to live. You kind of held back in the past, a little bit skeptical, a little bit afraid. And Aquarius, that's you guys. A lot of skepticism. Like Aquarius lives mentally by the motto, you got to show me first, okay? We have the 8 of Wands. Yeah, this is kind of a repeating cycle for Aquarius. You've been here before, you've done that, and you got the t-shirt. Some of you are actually in the market for a new vehicle. You notice in that card, this is one of the reasons I bought this entire deck, was there are a couple motorcycles depicted in it. And being an old school biker, that's where I'm at. You may be getting a communication from somebody that you have not heard from in a while. It may not be good news that they carry. However, it's their news. Don't take it to heart. Don't take it personally. It's what they're dealing with. Don't let their negativity rain down on you. Practice releasing that. That's their energy. Put your wall up, put your bubble around you, and keep yourself separate from it. Your gut told you you were headed the right direction. You were afraid to move forward. We've got the High Priestess here. You've got some clarity that you didn't have before, and it's because of your intuition. You're seeing things in a whole different way. You're seeing that not everything is just black and white. There's a lot of shades of gray in the middle of everything, good, bad, and indifferent. That says shades of gray. She's also sitting on, notice that moon down there by her feet. Some of you, I've talked earlier about the new moon that's coming up, but I don't have that date in front of me. You would think I'd have my notes with me when I sit down. However, some of you are going to be seeing an increase in your intuition near this new moon. And oftentimes that comes that way for those of us that are intuitive. We do hear and see and feel more around that new moon. It kind of energizes us. And last but not least here, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, that bad news that other person is dealing with doesn't have anything to do with you, because that 10 of Pentacles is talking about the abundance that you're finding. You may have had an issue with family. You may have had to cut somebody out. However, I get the feeling that they have healed. They may have sobered up. However, don't let your guard down completely. Anytime you move back into a situation like that, where you're welcoming somebody back into the tribal fires, go slow. That way they know that you're watching. That way they know that you're a little bit on guard. They know that they can't paint the same picture as they did in the past. Aquarius, also, I see some improvements happening here financially for you guys too. A lot of good financial things coming for everybody. All right, Aquarius, we are moving on to Pisces. All right, welcome in, Pisces. I have cleansed the decks again and switched up, looking for a little new energy. See what's in the cards for Pisces. You guys know you're a water sign, right? Two little fish. A lot of duality for Pisces. Anytime you have two of anything, Gemini, a lot of duality to that sign. All right, Spirit, can I get a couple jumpers for Pisces? All you got to do is ask sometimes, huh? Just that simple. Ask and you will receive. Let me bring up the fact real quick here that, your spirit guides and guardian angels are around you all the time. However, a lot of times they cannot come in and help you unless you ask. So ask. We have the 9 of Wands. Yeah, you took a little bit of clubbing and a little bit of beating in life. It felt brutal, like the world put its boots to you. However, you never lost your courage. I mean, it kind of fell apart a little bit, but you got right back up, picked yourself up by your bootstraps, kept moving forward. Everything that you have gone through has really tested your faith. Do I believe? Do I believe I can move forward? It was such a test. At times, it was brutal. We have the 3 of Swords. The situation that you had been in was a huge disappointment. Huge. Just a huge, maybe even a misunderstanding. Like you took somebody as being one way and they were a completely different way. It may have been a third party that kind of enlightened you to like, well, that's not the person I know. And you kind of stopped and again, looking at it with a new perspective. We've got the Queen of Swords. That Queen of Swords is actually about the new direction you're headed, the new attitude you're taking on, trying to conduct yourself more like a queen, whether you're a king or a queen, the divine feminine or the divine masculine. Thank you, Spirit. But you're finally starting to wear that mantle. In the past, you were afraid, I'm out of my league. I'm not that smart. You kind of didn't take it on, but now that you're stepping into that sword of truth that she's got. And we have the Ten of Swords. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it looks kind of like doom and gloom, but it's not. That 10's a new beginning. Yeah, you went through a painful ending. There was a lot of failure. There was a lot of a collapse. You felt like you were totally defeated. However, that card even came up in the reverse, which tells me this is something you've already gone through. You've already walked that mile. You're headed in the new direction. That 10 is, like I said, the 1 speaks of the new beginning, and the 0 speaks of God. You couldn't have gotten through this without God. If he got you to it, he'll get you through it. It's also about beginning to move forward in a way that you have really kind of been afraid. There's some regeneration that's going to happen, some recovery that's got to happen, but it's coming. There you have it. All 12 signs. Wrapping up with Pisces. Was that Pisces? Yeah, Pisces. I just stop to think, where am I? When I do these longer videos, I have to stop and see, where am I? All right, you guys, there you have it. Leave your comments down below for me and let me know what topics you would like to see me do. And, I never leave you. I don't sincerely bless you with love and light. Thank you for being here. See you soon.